Hello again, fellow virtual consultants. In this series of videos, we're going to start talking about hot jobs you can work remotely in virtual consulting. We will talk about where can you find these hot jobs you can work remotely, how do you secure such a hot job to work remotely, and how can you convert that hot job into a virtual consulting engagement and a client. If you're not already subscribed to our virtual consulting channel, we would highly recommend it. Click the subscribe button below, as we will be publishing regular videos on the hot jobs of the time. If you have any requests for specific areas that you would like help with hot jobs to work remotely, please put that in the comments below. And please click the bell icon so that you are notified as we release further episodes in this series of hot jobs to work remotely in virtual consulting. Thank you for watching, and now let's get started. Welcome back, fellow virtual consultants. Today we want to share with you 9 remote work jobs that pay greater than $100,000 a year and how you can land one. So let's get started looking at these 9 remote work from home jobs that pay over $100,000 and help you land one for your virtual consulting business. So today we're going to share with you this article from CNBC.com, which I will include the link to in the description box below, of 9 work from home jobs that pay more than $100,000 a year. We're going to focus on how you can land one. We'll see a lot of commonality between this article, the jobs in this article, and those we shared with you in our previous video on 26 high-paying jobs, work-from-home jobs that you could work remotely. So again, we'll focus on what you need to land them, the skills you need, how to secure one of these remote work jobs for your virtual consulting business. You can see that this article was actually published before the pandemic. So remote work, virtual consulting is finally coming into its own. It's being adopted more readily than when we started back in 1998, so which is great. Again, this is pre-pandemic, so this is not wholly focused on the occurrence of the pandemic, and also the salaries due to the wage increases since the pandemic may be much higher. So let's get started. And again, I will leave the link to this article in the description box below so you can read it in more detail. But again, we want to focus on these jobs that pay more than $100,000 a year, and particularly how you can land one. So the first one on their list is psychiatrist. And again, this is one we talked about in our previous video, that they've figured out, and there are several companies focusing on providing psychiatric care remotely. And you can see this pays an average salary of $217,000, and responsibilities, meeting with patients, and this can be done via two-way video, and writing, treatment plans, communicating. But again, the focus would be communicating with your clients on video calls. Like they point out, the skills that you need to highlight and focus to land such a job would be Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, teleconferencing, etc. And then being able to document and write the results. You do need some kind of, accreditation. You need some experience and license to do this. But again, if you have those degrees and those accreditations and skills in video communication, that would be the skills that you would need to be able to do this job remotely. And again, it pays very, very well. So number 2 on their list, and again, this is one we've seen before, is a medical director. Running a medical department, organizing staff, running a facility. And again, to be able to do this remotely from home or from anywhere, you need experience in that field, in the healthcare field, and strong writing and communication skills. And again, video communications, being able to use Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, etc. For your communications to be able to work remotely is a key to being able to land a position like this. And we can see it pays an average salary of $135,000. We can see this quote that they have in here that, companies are finally realizing that they can save on real estate as well as other infrastructure by employing remote workers. This is something we pitched back in 1998, that they could save money, pay less, and get the same results. So again, that's the focus you want to point out when trying to land one of these jobs for your virtual consulting. Is I can provide the same service, I can give you the same results from working from home, working remotely, working from anywhere, anytime. And again, several of these that require interaction with people, you would then, you'd be working on the schedule of your clients, and they may be anywhere in the world. So that can be a flexible option for your schedule. Number 3 is data scientist. We can see that pays $129,000 to $130,000. This requires analytical skills, some IT computer capabilities. It's very data focused. Intuition about data is a key to getting this type of job. If you're good at looking at large amounts of data and discerning value out of that data, insights into that data, then this is a good job for you. The other part they point out is storytelling. Is what is the data telling you? What can you discern? What insights can you provide based on that data? Again, since this is so data focused, you can do this from anywhere that you have access to the data. Also, skills to landing jobs are being a good writer and communicator. Again, part of the data scientist job is not just analyzing the data, but also communicating the insights that you've discerned from that data. So again, that is a key skill, and they're focusing more on that and the intuition than technical skills. Typically, you do need some kind of advanced degree in math, statistics, engineering, and or computer science. But again, that's not what they're focusing on. So when you're trying to land such a job, you want to focus on your ability to discern insights from the data and communicate that in a way that is meaningful to your clients. Okay, number 4 is software engineer. We can see it pays an average of over $107,000. And again, this is one that we frequently see in lists of hot jobs that can be done remotely or work from home, because obviously you can write code from anywhere that you have a laptop machine, etc., to be able to write the code. You can see the languages that they're focusing on, and again, this is a programming type of job. They're focusing here on Java, JavaScript, SQL, C++. I would throw C# in there, and Python. There is collaboration, so you have to be able to communicate remotely via video, phone, etc., with other programmers, project team members, etc. So you do need to be able to communicate, but the focus is on writing the code. They say you should have a degree in computer science, information systems, software engineering, or mathematics, but I'm going to disagree with that slightly, in that I think the key is having the experience and being able to show results. So I would highly recommend, if you don't have a degree in one of these areas, if you have experience in software engineering and computer programming, have your portfolio of projects you've worked on. If you have a GitHub, etc., and you can say, here's all of the things that I've built, and that people like them. I think you can very easily secure such a degree or such a job, and point out that you don't really need the degree if you can produce the results. So again, I would focus on the results. There are also certifications that you can get if you don't have a degree in a particular language, technology, etc. So again, I think any programmer can have a remote work job in software engineering without a degree. Again, focus on the results. What have you produced? Be able to show it in a GitHub, web pages, etc. And again, the more languages and skills that you have, then obviously the more types of opportunities you can take advantage of. And if you have any questions about, how you can do this, how do you build a portfolio, where do you find projects that you can showcase, please let us know in the comments below, or contact me directly, contact us directly. We can give you further insight in that area. Number 5 is Actuarial Analyst. This is a risk management role. You can use it's focused on statistics and finances, and this does require a professional certification. So if you have this certification, then you should be able to land a job in this area, and you can see they're telling you which exams you have to take to get the certification. Here they're talking about Excel, but nowadays there are also a number of data analytical tools that you could also use to do this type of work. And then, if you have advanced skills and experience in data analytics, risk management, or investments, then those would be skills to focus on to land a job as an actuarial analyst. Number 6 is Senior Business Analyst, and we can see this pays an average salary of almost $103,000. We can see it focuses on collecting and analyzing data for business needs. It's collaborative. You'll be working with managers, employees, etc. To implement best practices, to identify best practices. Often this focuses on business process reengineering. So you're talking about current processes and making improvements in current processing. So again, this is very collaborative, but via video communication, this is very doable remotely. Also, nowadays, there are online whiteboard type tools that you can use, just like we used to do in the past. You can see how to get this job. Again, is problem-solving skills, time management, communication. Obviously, you're collaborating, you're talking to managers, employees, etc., and then being able to make recommendations for business process improvements and being able to communicate them via writing, etc., presentations, etc. Again, experience working with management, human resources, information technology is beneficial, but again, it's focusing on your results. So if you have a portfolio of previous clients you work with, testimonials, improvements, the ROI of improvements that you've made, that portfolio will be invaluable, being able to show, okay, I did this project remotely, we re-engineered this process, and it resulted in this ROI for this business. If you could show that, and you've got client testimonials, you can easily approach similar customers, similar businesses, and say, hey, I can do this remotely for you as well. And that may be nowadays very attractive. It reduces travel costs, it reduces living and cost of living costs for those types of projects. Number 7 is Senior Product Manager. Again, this is one that we've seen before. The estimated salary here is $119,000. Again, you're managing product oversight, so from concept to production. Again, this is going to be very collaborative, working with multiple teams to get a product to market, and then managing it in market, marketing it, getting it sales, etc. So again, and they use an example from Google Cloud. You're working with business and technical teams from concept all the way to production and rollout. How do you get such a job? Experience, again, is key. Yeah, particularly if you don't have an MBA. An MBA would be a bonus, obviously. So if you have this and you're interested in managing products, that would be a good target for engagements. As long as you can demonstrate familiarity with the process and skills in business and marketing and product development, if you developed a product and brought it to market, etc. So again, highlighting your experience, having a portfolio of previous work that's been successful that you can bring to the next potential client, and also being able to show that, okay, I can collaborate with all these different teams remotely, working from anywhere on a virtual consulting basis is of benefit nowadays. Number 8 is user experience architect. UX is often an abbreviation for user experience, and you can see it pays upwards of $117,000 a year. It's focused on conceptualizing and laying out. Here they're saying websites, mobile apps, but again, this is really user experience. How does a user use whatever product, whether it's a website or an application software, but it's also products. Apple phones and things like that have user experience needs. How does the user use the product to do what they want to be able to do? So if that's an area that you're good at, is a user-focused, user-centric design, then this may be a good job for you. So how do you get such a job? Well, it doesn't hurt to have a degree in something like industrial design, human-computer interaction, human factors. There are UX, user experience certifications that you can get as well. And again, if you want further information in those areas, please leave us a comment in the description or in the comments below, or contact us directly. We may be able to point you to the right resources to be able to get what you need to target these types of jobs. Again, this is very collaborative because you're talking about users, you're doing user testing, etc. But you can do that via Zoom, and remote connections with the user's desktop to watch them. How do they use the product, etc. Taking notes, doing recordings like this. You can use tools like OBS, etc. to record, or even just recording the Zoom meeting to see how the user uses the product, and then making recommendations for improvements, etc. Again, you want to have a portfolio when approaching a client. You want to have previous work that shows the improvements that you have made, or the quality of the user experience that you developed in previous solutions with previous clients. Number 9 is information security consultant, and again, this is one we've seen before. That is something that you can easily do as a virtual consultant, working remotely, working from anywhere. Again, you're focusing on a business's network security, remediation, what are their issues, what do they need to fix, risk assessment, you're auditing, testing, etc. How do you get such a job? They say, certification is not required, so that's great. It is a good idea to have these certifications or these licenses that will obviously help you land these types of positions. The more of these types of certifications that you have, credentials is beneficial. But again, it's focusing on your past experience in security. What types of IT security have you done before? Being able to have a portfolio of previous engagements that you've done with clients, testimonials, results, etc. And again, they're focusing on experience with guidelines, and then they talk about National Institute of Standards. NIST is a primary focus when we're talking about security. So those are 9 jobs, and again, this is all came out pre-pandemic, and they identified these 9 categories of jobs that you could do working from home, working remotely, working from anywhere, etc. So now that's even a better opportunity as a virtual consultant, since now there's more focus, more realization that yes, people can do these types of jobs, produce the results working from anywhere. It'll be much easier to get these types of jobs. So how and where do you find these high-paying, over $100,000 jobs? They're recommending, pairing these job titles with keywords like work from home, virtual consulting, telecommuting, flexible, part-time, remote work, partial remote, keying, telecommute, work from home, etc. So they give you some examples of some of the keyword searches to use. You can, do these searches via, a search engine, Google, Bing, etc. And even more targeted would be going to job boards, Career Builder, any of the main job boards, Monster, etc., and then searching for these titles with these keywords, finding the company that's offering that, and then approaching them and saying, hey, I could do this as a virtual consulting engagement for you as a contract, and make your pitch and get the engagement. So those are the great ways to find any of these types of jobs that pay $100,000 or more, that are of interest to you, that you have the skills, what you need to land them, and you can see which are the most popular and what they're currently paying. So we hope this all helps. We hope that you liked our video on 9 remote jobs that pay greater than $100,000 a year and how to land one. Please provide us with your feedback in the comments below. We hope you will give us a thumbs up. Click the thumbs up like button below. Please share this with your fellow virtual consultants around the world so that they can also benefit. And if you're not already a member of our virtual consulting community, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our virtual consulting YouTube channel. And again, please let us know what you thought of this video and how we can improve and help you be successful in your virtual consulting business. Also, if you find more jobs that can be performed remotely and pay $100,000 a year or more, please add those to the comments below and we can discuss them further. Thank you again for watching our video to the end, and have a great day. Thank you for watching our video to the end. We hope that you liked it. Please smash the like button to help the YouTube algorithm share our videos with more of your fellow virtual consultants around the world. Please share this on your social media and with your other virtual consultants around the world. If you're not already subscribed to our virtual consulting YouTube channel, we hope that you will choose to subscribe, and please hit the bell icon to be notified as we release new content. Please provide us with your feedback in the comments below. Let us know how we can help you be more successful as a virtual consultant, get started as a virtual consultant, and be successful in your virtual consulting business. Again, thank you for watching our video to the end. We hope this all helps, and have a great day.